Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and today we're giving away a free month of PilotEdge, both ZLA and Western expansion. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, click the link below to join the live stream on Twitch, also the Discord as well for notifications, and an unconfirmed report that it is the best aviation Discord server on the planet. That it's unconfirmed as of yet, but that is the rumor. So what I'm going to do today, because PilotEdge has been so nice to give this free month subscription to give away, is I want to highlight one of the best parts about PilotEdge, which is their CAT rating system. I don't even know what CAT means. I looked it up earlier. Communications and Airspace Training Program. There it is, CAT, the CAT ratings. They're on the website, pilotedge.net, and it's under Pilot Center. They're really good, and it's mainly an airspace tutorial. Obviously, PilotEdge is an online air traffic control plugin for flight simulators, so the highlight of that is that you get to talk to a real-life person acting as air traffic control. It's as realistic as you can get. It's almost creepy sometimes how perfect they get it. But the CAT rating system is really useful for learning airspace. With the backdrop of you're learning airspace in an environment that's replicating that real airspace and everything that you have to do. Because it's a simulator, the weather can be taken out of the equation because you can just set it to nice. But the real highlight of the rating system is being able to slowly introduce you to radio communication and airspace in a very clear, like really well done way. It's the material is awesome. So what we're going to do today on this stream is actually the first 5 ratings in one flight. The CAT 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do it all in one, basically one flight. The only caveat there being the CAT 1 goes from Oceano to an airport called New Koyama, which is in real life actually shut down. New Koyama traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, be taxiing back runway 28 New Koyama. The only difference with the ratings is we're going to be leaving from New Koyama going to Oceano just to make this kind of flow a little bit better. The real CAT 1 has you going from Oceano to New Koyama. So we're just doing the CAT 1 in reverse, and then we're going to head on to San Luis Obispo, which is for the CAT 2. So they do a really good job of introducing you slowly to different types of communication. So you have uncontrolled airport. So we're on CTAF. We're making calls to, on the CTAF frequency, not actually talking to ATC until the second half of the CAT 2. And all of the materials on their website kind of walk you through, why that is, what you say, when you need to say it, all that stuff. I don't want to go into too much into, all the minutia of those ratings. There's, I've got videos on those. The CAT ratings themselves have videos and a bunch of material on there. Of course, if you have any questions on any portion of it, we can discuss it either in comments after the fact or live. But this is a really long runway. I'm just like, how long is this back taxi gonna be? Good Lord. But yeah, so you can you can look at all that material and be really, really prepared for what to expect, but there's a lot of material there to go over. But like I said kind of in the beginning, if you join the Discord, there is a lot of help that can get you through these ratings. They're really fun, and as somebody that did them probably later than I should have done in my training, or let me rephrase that. I did them later than I should have in my time on PilotEdge. It's kind of a completionist thing. So even if you are a real-world pilot, and this is like super easy for you, it's kind of fun just to do them as like a side mission. It's pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna do. We're lined up here on runway 28, and we're just gonna go straight out and have some fun doing these flights. We're not gonna get super crazy into it, but we are going to experience what PilotEdge can offer in even just the simplest of flights. This is untowered to untowered. Because we're logged onto the network, and if there were other planes here, we would be hearing them. It adds a little bit of realistic, tension to these flights, that you're not just, hauling ass down runways or taxiing on grass, or, barreling through airspace. We have to be mindful of the fact that there might be other planes up in the air. A lot of these CAT rating airports tend to have a little bit more traffic from people either practicing them because of the, in preparation for a CAT rating, actually doing the CAT rating, or going back to them after the fact, kind of like we're doing now. Let me check to see, speaking of weather, our nearest altimeter is 3017. I have a feeling that this is standard. Yep, so 3017. I get kind of lazy on these. Elevation is so elevation is 2200 feet. So we're pretty close. So the altimeter is probably going to be closer to that, because we have 2200 foot field elevation here. So that is one way to check your altimeter setting. What is my current altitude? There you go. On PilotEdge, do you use the real CTAF frequencies? It is the real frequencies. That is the biggest difference between PilotEdge and the other networks, is that it is real life. You use the real charts, the real frequencies, the real taxiway diagrams. Everything is based off of the real world information, which makes it really, really easy to follow along, because it's right in front of you. There's no question as to who's online, what airspace is being controlled, who do I contact. It is, what would you do in real life? You just do that. So that is probably the number one thing that I like about PilotEdge, is that it is easier from that perspective, that exactly it's the real world frequency. All right. Engine is looking good. Let's do it. Let's quit talking about it and doing it. Nukoyama traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo departing runway 28, straight out Nukoyama. So I will try my best to be, as accurate as I can on the radios, but we're still doing this for fun to some degree as well. So I may not be 100% accurate on everything. No kidding. I can't even. I'm just gonna call you Tegusta. Tegusta, thank you for following. Welcome aboard. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, man. It's the 1060 is holding its own right now. I have been watching the stock levels like a hawk. Oh my god, it's not good right now on the GPU front. But I'm trying. I am definitely trying. Nukoyama traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 2 mile upwind, departing to the west, last call, Nukoyama. Alright, cool. So we are going to monitor, let's monitor guard here just to have that up. So we'll monitor that. We're on COM 1. We're going to keep on the Nukuyama frequency and just kind of cruise down this little valley here. And that's going to take us pretty much right to our destination if we go down this valley. So if you are watching this and you have not done the CAT ratings, you know, maybe you're thinking about joining PilotEdge, maybe you have joined PilotEdge, but you haven't done the CAT ratings yet. I took kind of a different how do I say this? I feel like I did the CAT ratings a little bit differently than most do, because what I wanted to do is treat it as realistically as possible. And I had heard early on to basically not rely on the scripts. If you're reading the scripts, it's probably not the best thing in order to learn. So what I did is I took each rating as a flight and looked at the like high overview of what the flight was trying to make me do, what the rating, the core of the rating. So this rating is really the only one that you don't talk to anybody. So this is a little bit different, but this is untowered to untowered. That's it. So the regulations are, you know, FAA regulations. I don't legally have to say anything, but there are certain things that you should say to make it safe and, you know, to conduct this flight safely. Scrub Bracer, thank you very much for following. Welcome. So what I would do is look at the flight and go, okay, I'm going from Nukuyama to Oceano, untowered and towered. And I would not look at the material. And I would, for the flight, I would obviously read it ahead of time to understand kind of what's going on, because I was very new to it. But what I didn't want to do is look at the material while I was doing the flight. So I practiced different fields that were similar, and I just was like, okay, I want to make sure I understand picking up flight following in the air, picking up flight following on the ground, flying through a Charlie airspace, and then just do the flight and not actually do the rating, if that makes any sense. I felt like that, as a student pilot at the time, was the most conducive to learning than doing the rating, reading everything and just kind of getting through it based on the material that they had, which is good, and you can pass the ratings that way and you can still learn things. But I wanted to just say, okay, the rating is telling me to go from this point to that point. How would I do that in the real world? That being said, it caused me to fail a couple of them, in one in particular, but that was an issue and that has actually been resolved. So I feel pretty confident how I went about that, and think that it was at least a way to do it, not the way to do it necessarily. Let's see. Catching your stream at the end of Friday's workday. Nice, man. Well, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you. I've started with VATSIM and have taken so many trips from you, so thank you. Oh man, Ultra Woody, that's cool, dude. I appreciate that. That's super rad. Maria, we are headed to the ocean. Everybody say hello to Maria. That is my mother. VATSIM, I'll just say it. VATSIM is the main competitor. It's free. There are some major caveats to that, and I enjoy it. I enjoy VATSIM, but there are some embedded frustrations just with the way that's set up versus PilotEdge. You know, PilotEdge has helped me in my real-world flying so much that, you know, I really, despite the fact that that it is a subscription, as a real-world pilot, I think it's worth every penny. If you're just looking to kind of role play ATC and you like flying airliners and, you know, going to random airports, I don't know. It's still, I don't want to say it's not, PilotEdge is not for you, because I still think it fills that niche in a large way, especially with the Western expansion and all the big airports, you know, that they have. It's just one-to-one. VATSIM is not one-to-one replication of the airspace. It can be at times. It can be really good if you take some of the caveats with that network and just say, okay, you know, maybe these frequencies aren't exactly the real world frequencies, but they're easily accessible. That's fine. But PilotEdge is 1-to-1. And I think the big reason why, you know, I've been so connected with PilotEdge, because from the instant I applied it to the real world, it worked like you wouldn't believe. I'm a little hesitant to share these numbers sometimes, and I try to share these numbers with a big disclaimer that this isn't necessary, this isn't something that should necessarily be celebrated or is important in any way. But I soloed at John Wayne Airport, Orange County, LA, SoCal, Class Charlie, super busy, complex airspace, all that stuff. I soloed there with 5 total hours. I had been flying, and I think it was like 5.7 that I had in my logbook, and I soloed at John Wayne. That's really crazy. I think that is a really crazy number. I think it's, you know, like, holy crap, you soloed really quick. That's a small number. The number that I think is even crazier and even more of a testament to PilotEdge is I did my solo cross-country flight with 12 hours of total time. And that was from John Wayne, a busy Class Charlie airport, through the Bravo of LAX, into Camarillo, which is one of the busiest Delta airports around, landed, was number 12 to depart. I think it was number 12. I think I was number 12 to depart. That's how busy that airport was. Number 12, and then back through the Bravo and a different transition. So I did the special flight rules going northbound, then I did the coastal route going southbound with 12 hours of total time, and did not feel a single thing. And that's only because I practiced it on PilotEdge in an environment that was 1-to-1. So when I got into the plane with my CFI and I started the plane up and I called up clearance at John Wayne for the first time and said, John Wayne clearance, Archer 444 Foxtrot Golf, we have information Bravo, like flight following to Fullerton at 2,000 feet via the orange departure. And my CFI looked over, and this was the first lesson I took. Like, I had my discovery flight, which I was also on the radio the whole time. And then my first lesson, we just did Fullerton and back with my, you know, kind of like official CFI. He just like turned and was like, what the hell did you just say? And got clearance, got ground, you know, Archer 444 Foxtrot Golf, taxi to midfield run-up via Alpha. You know, midfield run-up via Alpha, taxied, knew exactly where to go, did the run-up. John Wayne Ground, Archer 444, Foxtrot Golf, run up complete. Taxi via, taxi 20 left via, what was it? Charlie Hotel. No, it's, Hotel Charlie Kilo. Yeah, that's what it is. Taxi 20 left via Hotel Charlie Kilo. It's been a long time since I was on that side of the airport. And I just read it back, taxied, John Wayne Tower, picked it up, turned. I think we actually departed from the right side now that I think about it. Across the runway. He's giving me, he's only instructing me on how to operate the airplane, basically. Like, okay, make sure to turn your strobes on when you're entering the runway. Make sure you twist this knob and look at all that stuff. Like, he was just freaking blown away. So by the time 5 hours was up and he's like, dude, you're ready to solo, like, you're totally fine. I did the solo. After the solo, he's like, dude, let's start getting you ready for your cross country. Like, this is ridiculous. So we did the special flight rules coastal route dual, and I was teaching him how to do those transitions because I had done them so many times in PilotEdge. He had not done them as much. And he was like, dude, you're freaking ready to go, man. Like, this is ridiculous. So after 12 hours, I did it. And it was totally a non-deal. It was crazy. When you say one-to-one, is the one-to-one real-life ATC and PilotEdge? Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah. This is basically a free short course to your PPL. I want to... Yeah, no, it's definitely an underutilized tool for getting your license. There are many caveats to that, and from what.
See ya.
Buddy.
All right, CBG, have a good night, man. Or girl, you know what I mean. Quasar, 29 months. That's insane. Thank you so much, Quasar. Peace out, man. You know what I mean. No, Head in the Clouds, I worked really hard. I just worked really hard at it. And from, all the CFIs that I've talked to and interacted with, including Brad, they do say that I am the outlier in that, in how I used it, because a lot of bad habits can be formed from using the simulator. And recognizing what those bad habits are, by the way, this is super pretty. Recognizing what those bad habits are and trying to avoid them is as important, if not more important, than recognizing what the sim does well for you. And I think that is really the key to what made me successful early on in my private, is that is that I focused on what the simulator does not do well as much as I focused on what it does do well. And that's something that takes a little bit of discipline to do. I really avoided anything with turbines and IFR. Like, I just avoided that stuff, and I treated the simulator as if it was the real plane. I am not going anywhere. I am not flying in anything that I would not be flying in the real world. And I really stuck to that as much as I could. I did deviate a little bit for fun. You got to have some fun, and these simulators, you can do some cool stuff, honestly. So I wasn't like super crazy about it, but I was crazy enough about it that I was able to pick out things that I was flying an Archer in my initial training, and I was using in the sim the Just Flight Arrow. So different plane, same, almost exactly the same panel, but obviously a complex Yeah, short landing contest at Oshkosh. Fun, exactly. Fast fly. I took the information that I had from the real plane because this was my cadence: PilotEdge flight, preparing for the real world flight, because I could only afford to fly every other week basically. So I would prep for the flight. I would do it 1 or 2 times, and then I would do the real flight, and then I would go back into the sim and I would debrief that flight. And most of this stuff is on YouTube, honestly. And I would debrief after that flight and go, okay, I did these maneuvers and this doesn't really, the plane doesn't really work like that in the real world. And, I would start to pick up on the similarities and the differences and know that if there is a difference, I just don't even think about it. Don't worry about it at all. It doesn't flare correctly. The rudders are crap. The fuel flow is off, and just forget about it and focus, use the time in the real plane to focus on those things. Even with no intention of wanting to become a real pilot, would PilotEdge still be worth getting into? That is totally up to you. If you can budget for it, it's 1-to-1. So if you enjoy the idea of flying in the real air, like replicating what it would be like in real life to do these flights, then yeah, it's the way to go. If you're not into that, you don't really care, there's still a lot of people on PilotEdge that are just, I don't even know what you'd call them, not whales. I think you know what I'm like. Like mega simmers or like hyper simmers or something, where just like whatever it is. Like I want to get all the add-ons, all of the airports, all the plugins. Just make it as realistic and as immersive as possible. Then yeah, it is. It's the way to go. It's the pinnacle in terms of ATC. Online ATC. So that's a little bit tricky one to answer because it really comes down to personal preference. If you fly in the real world, if you want to fly in the real world, it's absolutely worth a try, without a doubt. Toll 70, welcome aboard. I don't plan to become a pilot IRL, but I want my sim experience to be as realistic as possible. Yeah, and it's and Bill is a great example. He's really treating it as if, honestly, you had me fooled. Like, it feels like you do want to be a real world pilot, and if you spend enough time on PilotEdge and are good enough and have maybe even taken a lesson with the remote coaching and iron some things out where you're not getting by with some bad habits because they're just letting it go, you really could hop into a real plane and be completely at home and fly anywhere. That's the level, that's the type of that's the level of information and training that you can get from PilotEdge. Is whatever your intentions are, if you ever do hop in a real plane, take a discovery flight, or it's a couple $100 and you can fly a real plane. Like, it's really that easy to go fly a plane. It's just money, and really not even that much for the experience. An hour of flight time you will remember for the rest of your life. Like, good Lord. So yeah, it's super, super fun. Yeah, it can, if you supplement it correctly, man, it could be well under $10,000 to get your private. Bill, you should. And the thing about discovery flights is, you can, hang on, Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 8 miles to the east, will be entering left downwind for runway 29 Oceano. I'm not gonna go straight in, but you know, I've been talking about how much I love PilotEdge so much, I completely didn't even. That's embarrassing. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3,500, 8 miles to the east. We'll be entering a left downwind runway 29 Oceano. Remember what I said at the beginning? This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be perfect. But yeah, like a discovery flight, is like you could take as many discovery flights as you want technically. I mean, at some point, you know, the school is going to charge you for, you know, a lesson, but you can take as many lessons as you want. Like, it's just not even like, just take lessons. You don't have to commit to anything to say, hey, I want to take a lesson this Saturday. You know, the flight school will be like, okay, you know, it's cool. Like, you know what? I'm actually gonna do something different. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. We're 5 miles to the east. We're gonna cross over midfield and enter a left downwind runway 29 Oceano. Kind of like on the fly here, looking at where we're setting up, and I'm actually north of the field, so it makes a little bit more sense. We're just going to cross over and make sure everything looks cool, and do that. I think I got my in 1982 got my PPL for under $2,500. That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. So I mean, like, and that's something where the Discord, if you join the Discord, which if you want to type in the chat !Discord, it's an unbelievable resource for this kind of stuff getting started. You know, we've helped, I don't know how many people get a discovery flight just with sorting out where to go, what flight school made sense, what plane to take, when to schedule it, how to do it. So if you have any desire to do that, join the Discord. It's like, it's very easy. It's not that hard to do, and it just needs, I've found that it just takes a little bit of coaxing and some information from some people that have gone through it, or CFIs or whatever, to give you the confidence that you call them up. You say, I want to go on a discovery flight. What do you got? No, Saturday at 10 won't work. How about Sunday at 2? Okay, cool. Sounds good. And then you just show up. Like, it's just like, it's that easy. All right, so we don't see or hear any traffic. There's Pismo Beach. The dunes are freaking beautiful. The Discord cost you $300. How did it cost you $300? From having to do a discovery flight, or for buying peripherals? Yeah, oh dude, those dunes look so great. That's awesome. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. We are crossing over the field, descending through 1,500, entering left downwind, runway 29. Will be full stop, taxi back, Oceano. Peripherals. Alright, so we're going to keep the descent coming down. We're going to put in mixture, full mixture. Make sure no one's coming in here. Nice and quiet. I need to get this thing set up for landing here, get the view. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, entering left downwind, runway 29, full stop to taxi back, Oceano. All right, so we're past the beam the number, so I'm going to get the first notch of flaps. Speeds do check. I'm going to go pretty much full idle because these sim planes are not very draggy, and we're just now descending through pattern altitude. We would have gotten the weather, but one little sim-ism is that the AWAS does not work. So we're just going to go visual, the second notch. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, turning left base, runway 29, Oceano. That pillar is right in the way. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, turning final, runway 29, full stop, taxi back, Oceano. In here, yeah, this approach is so pretty with the ocean out there.
Short final runway 29.
Now, one thing I will say about
Pull up.
about the sim as it relates to real world flying is try not to get caught up with how you actually fly. You know, like your landings, takeoffs, like, I mean, it can be janky. And this is, again, if you're looking to become a real world pilot, because the planes really, for the most part, don't act like their real world counterparts. So it's just not worth going crazy about, you know, how your landing looks and feels and whatever. Oh, come on. Look at that. Look at that float. There we go. Case in point. We'll take it down. Yeah, so like when I came here, I was off at that first taxiway, pretty easily. And this is a very short runway, 2,300 feet. Not very short. It's a short runway, but you know, so I treated it as if it was a short field landing. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, taxi back, runway 2.
Found it. Hello. Found the ground.
But yeah, like it's just it just doesn't, it's not the real thing. It doesn't feel like the real thing. It doesn't fly like the real thing at all. So try not to get bogged down with how you're flying in the sim. That's my opinion. That's what I did. You know, not saying that's right or wrong. Again, if you're a sim hobbyist, I don't know how to say that with like, if you're a sim hobbyist and you're just flying in the simulator and you don't really have any aspirations to fly in the real world, yeah, there's nothing wrong with trying to perfect the landings. But if you are using it as a tool to help supplement your real world training, don't worry about how the plane feels. Worry about checklists, procedures, flows, communication, airspace, all that kind of stuff. That's where the sim and PilotEdge really come in handy, and you know, can be useful for you. So that being said, I still like to try to grease it in the sim, but especially early on, I really try to not worry about it much at all.
Approaching runway 29.
Okay. All right, now if you will excuse me, I need to do a quick bio break before we take off and brief our flight to San Luis Obispo, because cheers. Julia, do you want to say hi, or are you too sweaty? What? Julia doesn't really want to say hi. Right. What I will do, because the bathroom is very close, is I will mute this so you don't have to hear the toilet flush. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do a little brief for this flight, and we really have to brief it because it is super short. Yeah. It's a really short flight, and I did this in reverse in real life. So I flew from San Luis Obispo, and I always wash my hands, yes. Oh, yeah, I am, this is actually a quarter zip, so it's not really a collared shirt, but yeah, it is collared. So I did this flight in reverse in real life, and because you don't have to pick up the weather or contact a tower coming into Oceano, it's very simple going in reverse. This direction is a little bit trickier just because we don't have the space. So what I'm going to do is we're going to depart straight out, and then we're going to do a left crosswind, and just give us a little bit of time to climb out of the pattern of Oceano, and then we're going to basically we're going to do this. We're going to depart here, we're going to come around, and then I'm going to keep climbing of here, and we'll probably just get us straight in, and then we'll do a couple laps there. So that's the plan. We're not going to full stop here at San Luis Obispo before we head to Santa Maria, because we'll have enough time to configure and pick up all the information for Santa Maria. So that's the plan. Leaving Oceano here. I'm going to, while I am on the ground though, because we're not going to have a ton of time in the air, I'm going to get the frequency for San Luis Obispo. ATIS that's nav 1, that's not going to help me. Com 2, we're going to get ATIS, which is 20.6. So as soon as we get up in the air, we'll try to pick that up and see if we can hear anything. We might even be able to hear it on the ground here because we're so close.
Information uniform.
Yeah, okay, so it's a little bit broken. And then San Luis Tower is 24.0. So I'm going to get both of those queued up in here right now before we take off. IRL, can you hear the ATIS from the ground at Oceano? I have not tried. I don't know. I'm not sure. But there is line of sight on PilotEdge, so it will be crackly. And yeah, it's possible because we're so close, but there's some mountains that obscure the San Luis Airport. You can actually see them way out there. It's on the other side of those mountains. So probably not, but PilotEdge has them a little bit crackly. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo departing runway 29. We'll be entering a left downwind departure to the northeast Oceano. Okay, lights, camera, action. That is strobes. Of course. Freaking
Hey,
of course.
bird. Whoa, buddy.
Of course, I did not have this on. Schmoboy, jeez, man, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That is super nice of you. Welcome,
Hey,
everybody,
bird.
and
Whoa, buddy.
Schmoboy, thank you, dude. That's super cool. Bundy, Skydive Rob, Jesus F15 or Jesus F15, whichever you prefer.
Hey,
B.
bird.
Clark
Whoa,
and Quint.
buddy.
Thank you, Schmoboy. Thanks, man. That is super cool. Okay. Juliet, you gotta
Hey,
call her.
bird. Whoa, buddy.
All right, let's let her rip. So we did the Cat 1. Now we're going to do a very truncated
Approaching
Cat,
runway 29.
truncated
Entered runway
Cat 2.
29. 2,200 feet
Instead
remaining.
of going from New
Buddy.
Koyama to San Luis Obispo, we're going from Oceano to San Luis Obispo. Okay. I didn't do a full short field, like power up little start here, but I do have 10 degrees of flaps in. This is kind of a short field. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo turning left crosswind, runway 29, Oceano. Right over the dunes, and there's like a bunch of ATVs and bunch of cool stuff right on this beach, just ripping around. It's super cool. This is right where I saw those whales. Oh, that's a little bit slow. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo turning left downwind, runway 29, Oceano. Let's see what San Luis Obispo is reporting for. Oh, we can just turn on the ATIS. How about we'll do that?
Temperature 19er, dew point 4, altimeter 3017. Arriving and departing runway 29er. Visual approaches.
I have not in real life in the clouds.
Runway
No.
assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information uniform.
I've got an.
Count Regional
hang on one second,
information uniform. 0156 Zulu. Wind 300 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 19er. Dew point 4. Altimeter 3017. Arriving and departing runway 29er. Visual approaches in use.
Okay, so we
Please
go.
backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information uniform.
Okay, so we have uniform. I've got a Ryzen 9 3900X and a 1066 gig, so it's a little lopsided right now. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, turning, crossing over final, will be departing to the northeast, last call, Oceano. So we're above traffic pattern altitude. You know, there's nobody coming here. We're okay. This is a little bit on the sketchy side. Crossing over final like that. Obviously, in real life, we would have been a little bit more diligent about looking for traffic. We're communicating. Looks like there's a light out there somewhere. It's probably pretty far out. But you know, we're well above pattern altitude now, so we should be okay. No one should be on final at this altitude going in there. So anyway, that looks good. So we're now at 2,000 feet, so that's a good altitude. We can just kind of stop there, and we are exactly 10 miles from San Luis Obispo. I can see that on ForeFlight, which is kind of cheating. But however you wanted to gauge that, either by looking at your relationship to Oceano on a sectional, you know, whether it's Sky Vector or what, you know, whatever you're using. The GPS will tell you as well. If you put in San Luis Obispo in there, you can see how far out you are. But let's call up San Luis Obispo. We have information uniform. And let's hope that we're logged into PilotEdge correctly. San Luis Obispo traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 10 miles to the southeast. Information uniform. I'd like to enter left traffic.
For 204 Lima Echo, San Luis Tower, make straight in, runway 29er, report a 2-mile final.
Straight in 29er, report 2 miles, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Okay. I should have just said stay in the pattern. I don't know why I said left traffic. That was very presumptuous of me, but so we have. Okay, there's the airport is in sight. Blue Yamaha, happy little Friday. Happy Friday Eve. Welcome. Let's get this thing trimmed out. All right, so we're going to call him at 2 miles. This is pretty. I had a t-shirt that said that, Fast Fly. That's one of my favorite quotes. Oh man, this is so fun. I love doing this. I love it. Let's see, what else did we cover? So obviously, I mean, we just kind of glossed right over, you know, the fact that we just talked to a real person that was acting as San Luis Tower. Do you prefer to call airport in sight visually or in the visually 100% of the time? It is airport in sight visually. If it's on a GPS or in ForeFlight, that does not count. They don't care if you see it on the GPS. It is strictly, when they say airport in sight, it means visually in sight. Yeah. This is a cool airport. I've been to this airport, I think, actually, for like general aviation airports, probably the most. This is my most frequented airport, GA wise. 3 times? I don't think I've been to any airport more than 3 times. I've been really trying to spread it out as much as I can and go to new airports, and I think 3 might be the maximum. French Valley. I think I've been to French Valley 3 times as well. Maybe more. Maybe 4. Yeah. San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, 2-mile final, runway 29er.
November 4, Lima Echo, runway 29er, clear for the option on the go, make left close traffic.
Clear for the option, will be left close traffic on the go, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. Okay, so we have lights are on, we've got mixture is in. Joe, yes, we have considered buying an airplane. We have looked at a couple of them. Timing was not good. So we'll see. I would love to. It's just a matter of, you know, right plane at the right time. I have not considered building an airplane, and I have no interest in building one. Iowa, what's up, man? Happy little Friday.
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 305, Papa Whiskey, 7 miles south, inbound for full stop landing with information uniform.
Do you know how many frequencies each of the PilotEdge employees have to listen to, or how many people are working the entire
airspace? Papa Whiskey, San Luis Tower, make straight in runway 29.
We don't know how many people are working, but they have like 40 airports, I think, in ZLA. I mean, it's a massive amount of frequencies that they monitor.
500.
Ideally low wing. I love low wings. So we looked at a 250 Comanche, and that one sold pretty quick. It's not a rush thing. Like I'm happy with what we have access to right now. But yeah, I would at some point obviously love to have a non-rental plane. There's, you know, significant more expense involved in, you know, ownership, partial ownership, but it has its benefits. Cool. Flaps coming up. Get the nose gear down. Okay. There aren't any good clubs at John Wayne. It is pretty much all private owned planes, and like, I mean, it's obviously a very affluent area, so there just really isn't that strong need apparently for club. It kind of sucks. Man, Pipers are fun. What about restoring one? I saw a vid by Flying Monkey, how he did that. Pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's that really doesn't interest me either. Oh, dude, a hangar? Frick, dude. I don't have no idea. What do you have to be able to... Oh, what do you have to be able to talk to your traffic control? Rick, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Jungle Tower, Cessna Dollar by 378 Lima is clear. Runway 0 right.
It's the PilotEdge
Hotel.
client.
378 Lima, taxi to parking via Bravo, remain in this frequency. Good day.
Okay, so this is the CAT 3. So we basically just did a mini version of the CAT 2, which was uncontrolled to Delta, and now we're doing pattern work at San Luis Obispo, which is the CAT 3. San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, midfield, left downwind, runway 29er.
November 4 Lima Echo, make short approach, runway 29er, clear for the option.
Short approach clear for the option, 29er, Skyhawk 4, Lima Echo. Cut the power. Dude, short approach. Whenever the tower says, can you make short approach, or like short approach approved, oh, there's just nothing better. Yeah, I'm using a microphone. I'm gonna have my snowball, my blue snowball microphone. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the best way to land a GA plane, is keep it close to the airport. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, so we had that guy that was about 8 miles away, so he wanted us to get. He wanted to get us in before that. Yeah. Yeah! We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good. Come on, get down. Get down.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 305, Papa Whiskey, 2 mile final, runway 29er.
November 5 Papa Whiskey, traffic is a Skyhawk on the rollout, runway 29er, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, looking for traffic, Papa Whiskey.
What's up, Matt? We are up. Beautiful. So we got some traffic. I love this. So we're going to do one more lap and see if we can kind of get this traffic. We'll see what kind of pattern we can get with the traffic. And that's one thing that SoCal does that the sim really can't replicate, is just volume. Just the number of friggin' pilots. M. Tracy, happy Little Friday. I do, yeah, I do. Man, there's some good YouTube content for aviation, and there's some really not good or just not for you type of content. There's a few that are totally fine that I just not my style, but yeah, there's a ton of great content. Yeah, we have a, not necessarily in the pattern, it sounded like he was full stop. Let's see. See if we can spot them. St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, midfield, left downwind, 29er. We're going to be heading southbound on the go.
For Lima Echo, runway 29er, clear for the option, on the go, proceed on course.
Clear for the option, 29er, on the go, proceed on course, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. I am not joining the Navy. No. Okay, so where is that? Where is that traffic?
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 305, Papa Whiskey, I'd like to taxi back and do a short run up, then make a eastbound VFR departure.
305 Papa Whiskey, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Taxi back to 29er via Alpha, stay with you, 305 Papa Whiskey.
What's my typical mission? That's a good question. Lately, it's been 50 miles out or more, as close to 50 miles as possible, and an airport that I haven't been to. That's usually that's usually my mission. Yeah. How many? I have 96 hours now, and I soloed at about 5.
November 628 Alpha, Bakersfield, tower, enter, left downwind, runway 30 right.
Okay, so we're not going to really brief this this flight. We're just going to get going, and then we'll get the information on the go as we head to Santa Maria. So this is Delta to Delta. So we just did the CAT 3. Now we're going to do the CAT 4, which is Delta to Delta, no flight following. Target waters. Yeah, luckily I don't have to travel that far for target waters, but yeah, I mean there's a few restaurants that are go-tos, but really mainly right now it's been cross countries and airports that I haven't been to yet. The plane was a Piper Archer.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Heck yeah. Nice. Nose gear down. Power, looking good.
Santa Maria ground, diamond.
Landing technique, you gotta give it a little squirt of power at the end there and get the nose up.
Taxi for east departure with the
it's all about airspeed.
This is for Cat 5 rating.
168 Lima Alpha, Santa Maria ground, runway 30, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 30, taxi via Alpha, 168 Lima Alpha.
So going to Oceano, I just kept it at 1,000 feet basically and went right through that valley. Was awesome. Yes, absolutely do group flights. If you are interested in group flights, type in ! Discord, and we will be working on one probably next week. We will have another giveaway also next week, so I'm thinking Tuesday we'll maybe do a group flight if there's enough interest, and then Thursday we'll do another giveaway. Why would you give it a little power? So the Piper is a little bit heavier, a little bit nose heavier than a 172. It doesn't float as much, and I find just giving it a little bit of power at the end helps keep the nose up versus the 172, which I can be full idle in the downwind. But yeah, that's typically
frequency 135.4, squawk 7112.
Okay, cleared to Chino, runway 19er.
Yeah, I mean, flaring the whole like
Paradise, direct, 3,000,
flaring
4,000,
transitioning thing
I didn't get this.
is true, but it really comes down to being at the right airspeed. Because if you're at the right airspeed, you can just round it out and flare and land it perfectly. It's really knowing the airspeed of the plane that you're flying and how to maintain that airspeed. You just have to make sure that you're not going too fast.
305 Papa Whiskey, Santa West Tower, proceed on course, runway 29er, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, and 65 is even,
Cliff takeoff, runway 29er,
like,
then
honestly,
course,
65 is a little bit fast. They really like to be slow. Yeah, they really like to be slow. Okay, 2115 is going to be
Cal 332 descending
our
9,600 on the runway 34. Might have to do a bit of an S-turn to get into the airport here. We have ATC station.
Santa Maria Public Airport, ATC information joined 0251
Air
Zulu.
Cal 332,
Wind calm.
bullhead tower maneuvers
Visibility
necessary,
10.
runway 34
Sky
clear.
condition clear. Temperature 14. Dew point 9er. Altimeter
Santa Maria Tower,
3017.
Diamond 168
Arriving
Lima
and departing
Alpha,
runway
ready for takeoff,
30.
runway
Visual
30,
approach and
east
use.
departure.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial
168 Lima
contact. You
Alpha,
have
Santa Maria Tower,
information,
proceed on course,
Juliet.
runway 30, clear
Okay,
for
we have
takeoff.
information, Juliet.
Clear for takeoff,
Santa
runway
Maria Public
30,
Airport.
8
ATC
Lima.
information, Juliet. 0251 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 14. Dew point 9er. Altimeter
Okay, information,
3017.
Juliet. So this is part of what you have to kind of be careful of with the simulator.
Runway 19er via Alpha Bravo.
Nightbot does need to chill out. This is where
Bakersfield Tower. Skyhawk
you have to be
628
careful with the
Alpha.
connection
Left
between the
downwind
sim
for 30 right.
and the real world.
628.
They
Alpha,
don't
runway
fly the
30
same.
right, clear to land.
But if you're at the right airspeed
Cleared to land.
and trimmed out correctly, you can just take it all the way down, and as soon as you're over the numbers and you're at the right airspeed, you just pull back. You know, the whole like Jason Shapert level out transition kind of thing is helpful, because in a 172 especially, if you come down and you're too fast and you flare, you're going to balloon up. The only real reason you need to like round out and transition is if you're not at the right airspeed, honestly, because it's really just about being at the right airspeed, and that transition thing prevents you from ballooning and from like flaring too much, but that's not really something that the sim can teach you. It's really just a repetition thing, H16, and your instructor will be able to help you with the feel, and it's dude, you're going way too fast. If you're in an Archer doing 75, you will not land in a long time. Or a Warrior, yeah, good God, you got to be at least 10 knots slower than that. Like, it's just about the airspeed, man. That's really what it is.
Air Cal 332.
Have you ever had a tail strike? No.
Right, 4,200 air type unknown.
Alright, looking for traffic, Air Cal 332.
Like, you'll know if you're about to have a tail strike. You'd be uncomfortable. Alright, so we are clear of San Luis airspace. Let's switch over to Santa Maria.
2 miles from Buddy, clear for the ILS runway 8.
November 561 Tango Mike, Irving Tower, runway 8, clear to land.
Clear to land, 1 Tango Mike.
So we switched frequencies. We still hear the same guy, but he is acting as, you know, tower, approach, ground at multiple airports. So there's a little bit of role play involved in knowing that we switched frequencies, but we're now talking to somebody different.
989er holding short of 19er at Bravo.
Yeah, airspeed. Yeah, that's all it is. If your airspeed is good, the plane, you know, and trim. I mean, honestly, trim and airspeed are kind of interconnected.
November 759
but yeah, it's really just about airspeed. And as a student, rightly so. I mean, this is a good error. This is a good direction to error on. A lot of students are uncomfortable going slow, which is totally fine. So, you know, you have to, like, slow flight, dirty air work to really feel what the plane feels like at 60 knots is a good thing, and that helped me a lot. Like, the plane will fly at a very slow airspeed. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll try, but it's really hard in the sim. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. What's up, Nick? Santa Maria traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 10 miles to the northwest. Information Juliet, full stop, taxi back.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Maria Tower, enter right downwind, runway 30, report midfield.
Right downwind 30, report midfield, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Yeah. Well, the problem is the sim is just not, like, the drag profile in the sim is not very realistic. So in order to replicate exactly, like, you'll be going way too fast for the sim. But it's you know, you can at least go through the steps once you've got it down to kind of memorize them. But yeah, it's not an easy thing to replicate. But yeah, it's just about being on airspeed. That's it. Yeah, Cultivator at 100%. It's really not close, especially landing. Now, I will say that the community mod A36 Bonanza is the closest
Bakersfield Tower,
landing
Skyhawk 628
sim
Alpha,
plane
active.
that I've ever experienced. It's really, really good. Like, exactly how that plane lands in real life is how it lands in the sim. Functionally, like, what you're in, like, obviously it doesn't feel like it because there's no feedback.
Yo, all
but
traffic in the area.
actually, the
please
input you're putting
advise.
in, spot on. What's up, Captain Darkon? Yeah, the Bonanza's really good.
Camarillo Tower, Bonanza 774 Delta Foxtrot.
So this is the Cat 4.
Echo.
Oh, go away.
Delta to Delta. Super easy. What's up, Shane? Yeah, the Bonanza is the one that I do the videos in, yeah. Well, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Ryan. How are you?
Straight out, departure approved. Clear for takeoff, runway 08, 774 Delta Fox.
It's fun, and it's great for procedures, and if you've got the landings down, and you just want like a 3D-ish environment to practice those procedures and visualize what you do in the real plane, then it's great. But if you're trying to practice how to land the real plane with the sim, it's not going to work. Dude, rare chill moments are the best, Ryan. Yeah, pretty good.
Cal 332 is
Pretty
clear
good,
for
Nick.
next
Thanks,
report
man.
Alpha 3 for the terminal.
Air Cal 332, taxi to parking bay
Lot
Alpha, main the circuit.
of trimming.
Parking bay Alpha 3 day Air Cal 332.
Trim, 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 trim. Skyhawk and if you just type in community mod G36 Bonanza, that will get you the link. Also, if you find the videos that I've flown it on YouTube, the link is in there as well.
You bastard, that was gonna be money!
What's up, Ryan? Yeah, it would be nice to have realistic flight dynamics, but with the variety of different control inputs and things that people have, it's just not, it's not really a realistic thing.
November, Nunder Connect SoCal departure.
Going to SoCal departure, Cessna 759.
Yeah, you trim for an airspeed, yeah. I mean, after 10 landing, it gets to be pretty easy for the basics, at least. In the sim or in real life? Yeah, I mean, if you're a real-world student, your CFI is going to be the best to talk about that stuff.
Tower,
I can, on this landing, I will try to talk through my 172 landings. It's pretty much the same as a, you know, as a Piper in a lot of ways. There's just like a couple of things that are a little bit different, but.
Okay, runway, check the traffic, runway 21.
You know, I'll try to walk through it a little bit. And this is the disconnect. So this is, I will walk through how I do it in the real plane. It's probably going to be different than this is going to be. So here's our runway. There's 30. We're approaching midfield. So we'll make our call right now. Santa Maria traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, midfield, left, right downwind, runway 30.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Santa Maria Tower. I am not CTAF, sir. Runway 30, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, Santa Monica Tower. Santa Maria Tower. Clear land 30, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Did I say traffic? Did I really say traffic?
You've said traffic on San Luis Tower's frequency and Santa Maria's twice now.
Jeez, man. That's what happens when you come from the Cat 1 and Cat 2. Oh god, that's embarrassing. Totally owned. All right, so we're now beam the numbers. So there are the numbers. I'm gonna go first notch of flaps. That's total shame. We're speed checks, first notch of flaps there. So we're gonna hold that and let the airspeed come down. Trim it. I want to get down to 85 really, but I think it'll probably be better 80 if I keep it a little bit slower. So there's 80. We're gonna be at 80. And then now I'm gonna turn base. Pull the power back a little bit more. Add the second notch of flaps. Keep trimming. Now I'm gonna try to hold 70. yeah, exactly. Yeah, trimming nose up. Yep, trimming nose up. Yeah, because you want to keep the nose up. And I'm not, obviously not like looking at where the airport is here. So there we go. I'm gonna try to do this without really looking. So keeping the nose up by trimming it is going to help keep the speed down, and then it'll sink. And then yeah, trimming nose up. Yeah, you want to trim nose up.
Pull up.
So I left it high here because again, the sim just does not do these speeds very well. Nick, Ohio, welcome aboard. So now I'm high, but I'm at a good airspeed.
Short
so I'm gonna
final
go
runway 30.
Full right rudder. Just keep it at the speed. So there's full right
500.
rudder and left aileron. This is, if I was this high, this is how I would land this thing. I would come in just like that. When is the power pulled? I mean, you're pulling back the power as you go in a normal pattern, but a 172, I mean, you can go idle from downwind and be perfectly fine. I like to keep the pattern as tight as possible just so I'm as close to the airport in case the engine dies at some point. Yeah. Like we're at a good airspeed right here for the sim. So you just hold that right there. And just hold it, and then as the speed comes down, as you get closer, you just keep pulling back, and there's the stall horn. Oh, there's the tail strike. But you keep, like, the slower you get, the more back pressure it's going to take, and then you just, you know, and it's about the timing. It's about being at the right airspeed and timing it at the right time. So yeah, you trim nose up to. You're not really trimming to bleed airspeed. You're trimming to hold the airspeed. So you want a certain angle of attack, all the way down, and trimming will help you maintain that angle of attack at that airspeed. So, yeah.
Found it.
Hello.
Found the ground.
But there you go. That's a good example of like trying to talk about landing the real plane but doing it in the sim. Like they land very differently. Santa Maria Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, clear of 30 at Alpha 5. Taxi back for a departure to the east.
40 Echo, runway 30, taxi via Alpha.
30 via Alpha, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. Okay, so
Are you doing all the ratings in one night?
We're doing 1 through 5.
Oh, that's boring.
My instructor makes me go around if I go a knot below 60 and if my descent rate is more than 500, and she's a bit of a stickler. That's good. Yeah, and that's where you don't want to be too slow, but you don't want to be too fast. You want to be on airspeed.
November 5, Lima Papa Taxi 2 parking via Alpha, remain this frequency.
That's what makes it tough, and it's being able to gauge what that feels like in your plane, and when you can turn, and how you can turn, and what the power has to be. So when you're trying to learn how to land, you know, there is like a formula. So you want to be 85 on the downwind, 75 on base, 65 on final, you know, pull the power at the right time, you know, whether it's over the numbers or a couple hundred feet before the numbers or whatever you and your CFI kind of set as your procedure for those airspeeds. You know, you want to get a feel for what that is. Once you've got enough experience, you can be at like, you know, you can be too high, you could be too low, you could be out too far, you could be too close, you could have power in, power out. Like, it doesn't matter. You've now gotten the feel for what needs to happen when you're, you know, to get to your airspeed. And part of that is just the repetition and knowing what your airplane speeds are. So a little rudder slows you down. Well, slipping it's not the rudder that slows you down. It's basically broadsiding the you know, the relative air with the side of your plane. The plane needs landing gear on the top of the wings. So yeah, a slip is different. I mean, a slip is an unbelievable tool to bleed airspeed, maintain airspeed, and also maintain a descent. I love slips, but yeah, it's a little bit more complicated because you're actually, you know, shadowing a wing versus using the rudder to slow you down.
for taxi, please.
Yeah.
November 10 Romeo, runway 29er, taxi via Juliet Echo Alpha, cross runway 29er at Echo.
Yeah, I try to side slip every time, every landing, because again, my preference as a pilot is to be as close to the airport as possible. So I'll keep it tight, pull the power, and just descend with the slip. Like our flight into Santa Monica, I was power idle at 3,000 feet. For forward elevator slow slips, you got to be very careful. Not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, like I was at 3,000 feet AGL, power idle, 2 notches of flaps, full slip, you know, and just like all the way down, you know, no power all the way down. And you can just, it's just about being able to judge when you make those turns and, you know, how much back pressure you need and all that stuff. So, okay, let's do it now. We're going to do the Cat 5. So this is a delta to delta, picking up flight following in the air. So we'll see if we can figure out who to call. Santa Maria Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, holding short 30, departing to the east.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Maria Tower, right turnout approved, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 30, right turnout approved, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. Okay, mixture is in. Lights, camera, and action. Here we go. Clear on final.
Approaching runway
Clear
30.
on downwind. Or down the
Entered runway 30. 7,800 feet remaining.
The danger with stalling is particularly with Cessnas with 40-degree flaps. You can be in danger of shadowing the elevator, but not in practice. That doesn't really happen too much, but in theory it can. But yeah, you don't want to skid. Krusty Krab, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. I don't even know what frames I'm getting, but it's perfectly fine. Like, it's great. How do you shadow it? Well, just the flaps. You lose elevator control, is what happens. It's not good. But yeah, in theory, in practice, I have not really experienced that. But it's just something to be mindful of, and if you've got a rear CG, or it's I don't know. I mean, it can happen, and with 40 degrees of flaps. I mean, I would never slip plane with 40 degrees of flaps, but the 30, I haven't noticed, and we've come in pretty sharp and deep with full flaps in a 172, and you're not really going to do much there. But yeah, they need that is part of the ACS, so you do need to show a slip. Yeah, and that's part of no flap landing. Why do the flaps do that? Well, because the flaps are directing the air away from the elevator. So if you have full flaps and you are also in a slip, you're now shadowing the back side of the elevator with your downwind flap. So you're essentially directing the wind away from the elevator.
November 110, just to verify, just had runway 29, right?
Runway 10, if I remember, it's runway 29er for departure.
I don't even, what altitude are we going at? Let's go with 5,500. We'll go up to 55. That's in theory, and again, with 40 degrees of flaps, I wouldn't even try it. With 30, we've pushed it in a 172, and there's really no issue. Same with a low wing. You're not going to shadow the elevator, because the elevator in a slip, in that forward slip attitude, the elevator is clear of the wings, so it's getting clear
Hey,
airflow.
bird, whoa, buddy.
To your RRRRSSSS.
That was one of the best ones I have ever heard. Holy crap, 2 years. Arnold, thank you so much. 24 months, 2 years. That is awesome. Arnold was one of the attendees to the first annual 4LE fly-in. That was a real-world fly-in, which we will be doing this year, of course, assuming society and everything exists still. We'll have this. The second annual 4LE fly-in will be hopefully bigger and better, and also not in Temecula at 105 degrees, because that was pretty warm. Yeah, and if you guys want to see any of the real world videos, there is, if you type in !YouTube, I have a playlist of my real world flight videos. It's funny because the real world videos I spend, yeah, there is a 4LE flying video, and that is one of my favorite ones as well. And it's so funny because the flight sim videos get so many more
Tower,
views.
Diamond 168 Lima Alpha, about 11 miles.
Like it's
Google
not
Fi, a
even
phone plan by
close.
Google.
5,000
Only
feet,
pay for the
with
data
a
you
little
use.
full stop.
And it takes me so long to do the real world videos.
Left base, runway 30,
okay.
report
Ryan,
on...
Thank you, Ryan. They're both of them.
Number 8 Lima Alpha, it is right base,
yeah,
runway
it
30
was
right, sorry, left base 30 right, and
super
report
fun. But yeah, it
turning
takes me so long to make those videos, and I think I have like 2 or 3 that have over 1,000 views. I just don't even care. I just enjoy making them.
921 Victor November, runway 30, taxi bay Alpha.
So I'm gonna do this.
We're
gonna go here.
Short of runway 29, clear for takeoff.
And I'll show you at least on 4 flight, and this is the same for Skyvector. We're gonna go Santa Barbara approach is 2415. So 2415 is the approach frequency. We are out of Santa Maria
Walker 446, descend
airspace.
and maintain 16,000, Las Vegas altimeter 3036. Walker 446, descend and maintain 16,000, Las Vegas altimeter 3036. Cessna 989, traffic about your 2 o'clock and about 2.5 miles. Appears to be moving southeastbound. Altitude indicates 2,700 VFR. Type is unknown.
Looking Cessna 75989.
Santa Barbara approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,600, climbing 5,500, 5 miles to the east of Santa Maria, flight following Bakersfield.
Sky 204 Lima Echo, Santa Barbara approach, clock 6707.
6707. And Santa Barbara approach, did you need a ident on that? Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo?
4 Lima Echo, affirmative. You just stepped on me at the end there. Cessna 204 Lima Echo, radar contact. Santa Maria altimeter 3017. You said your destination is Bakersfield?
Affirmative. Yeah, we're landing Meadowsfield, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Appreciate it. Cessna 989 traffic, no longer a factor. Contact Chino Tower 118.5. Have a great day.
Going to Chino traffic, Chino Tower.
Positive control in the air is something that I am really comfortable with. If I am VFR, even if it's not busy or in between 2 deltas, I do not like it. I like being on flight following. It's such a great tool, especially in SoCal, to have radar services. You know, it helps with airspace, helps with traffic. It's really, really nice. If you can talk to approach and stay clear of the Bravo, you can fly in SoCal. Yeah, Bob, I know. I know, it is pretty neat. What's up, Checker? Thank you for following. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Kevin. No, I mean, it's... I heard it put so well from somebody recently, and that's what they said. It's, if you can talk to SoCal and stay clear of the Bravo, you can fly in SoCal. That's it. God, I just like... There's just too much stuff that can go wrong. You know, when you don't have an extra set of eyes looking at radar, it is really bumpy over these mountains. It's just, it makes such a huge difference. I think something that I still, after these years, am blown away by is that you can pretty much just go to whatever airport you want at any time you want. Yeah, it's really nice, Ryan. Yeah, just to not have, like, if they're online or not. Yeah. What did you do for the 5 hours that your instructor said go solo the pattern? We just did some pattern work. How many patterns did he make you do before solo endorsement? I could check how many landings I did. I think it was like probably close to 20, 15 to 20. The PilotEdge hours are 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. Yep, slow flight. Yeah, I did air work. Yeah, slow flight, stalls, you know, steep turns, all that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to do stalls, all that stuff. I can't remember what the reg is, but it's like 61 something or other. You know, that you have to have just mastery of, you know, emergency checklists and all that stuff. You know, whoa, why did that go so far over? I don't need that to go that far over. But yeah, I mean, you gotta have emergency checklists, gotta have, you know, just mastery of the plane, stalls, all that kind of stuff you gotta know. But, you know, once you just, like, and that's why, again, H16, I'm hesitant.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, contact Los Angeles on 135.5.
35.5, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. LA Center, good evening. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 5,500.
Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, Los Angeles Center, Santa Maria altimeter 3017. Is your planned cruise about 5,500 all the way to Bakersfield?
Affirmative, yeah, we're planning on 5,500 all the way there. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, just to the northeast of the Fellows VOR. At about that altitude, the radio reception might get a little wonky. So if you happen to not be able to read me as well, I find that most aircraft climbing at or above 7,000 have success.
All right, thank you for that. We will probably climb up to 7,000 once we get closer to Fellows. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Roger, just letting you know, just in case things get a little weird.
Roger, appreciate that. Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo.
Walker 169, contact Las Vegas approach 125.9.
Slips to landing is actually required before solo. So fun. Yeah, power out.
Walker 446, contact Las Vegas approach 125.
You know, power out landings. No flap.
Approach on 125.
Anything that can go wrong. I mean, basically, you have to display. I don't want to say mastery, but you have to demonstrate. Essentially any and everything that can go wrong as you're in the pattern. So, you know, power out, power off 180, no flaps, slip, you know, and part of the no flaps is a slip. You know, you kind of need to be able to slip if you're power out. You know, emergency checklist, engine fire, lost comms. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but if you're able to practice that,
Walker
like with PilotEdge, you know, I went through all those procedures. Okay, yeah, demonstrate satisfactory proficiency and safety. Yeah. So I mean, you can kind of, I mean, like mastery is probably a little bit aggressive, but yeah, satisfactory and proficiency is obviously probably a better way to put that. But yeah, I mean, it just at some point you're like, you know, you're just checking off the boxes, like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that's good. And again, that was just how I used PilotEdge too. You know, it's just a matter of being really disciplined in not trying to learn how to start the Zebo mod, and you know, getting all that stuff stuck in my head. It was really just a case of paying attention to the ground material, filling in the gaps, doing flights as if they were real in the sim, flying in and out of the same airport with that repetition, and doing run-ups every time, going through the checklists. You can do it all in the sim. The plane is not going to react the same way, which is why it's really helpful to do it in the real plane first, and then or not even first, but brief it, so by the time you get into the plane, you're ahead of the game. Do it in the real plane, and then debrief it on the way back, and then keep on practicing the debrief stuff, filling in, like what the plane did and did not do versus the real plane.
Number 774 Alpha Foxtrot, so California, John Wayne Alpha.
Yeah, you don't need to learn how to program a hold into a 737 FMS to solo at 172 or PA-28. You do not.
Walker 446, Las Vegas. Go ahead, request.
Yeah, so this is the Cat 5. Pretty straightforward. Picking up flight following along the way. We've got the Santa Barbara approach frequency off of the Santa Maria information. On for flight in particular. In this case, you can see that. And I would imagine if you're doing the CAT ratings, you probably don't have for flight, but the airport information on SkyVector will have all the same information. You just don't have the geo-reference stuff. So there's Santa Barbara approach. That's who we called up. And then just do what they say along the way. It's pretty easy. Flat land, uninteresting airspace. Yeah, I do feel pretty lucky to have learned in SoCal. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's definitely not a race. And again, that's why, Cultivator, you brought up a good point. That's why I really don't like to say, how quickly I soloed in, because it really doesn't matter. It's whenever you're ready, and it's not a race. Like, I didn't get some special medal or anything for having soloed quickly. It's more of a testament to PilotEdge, to PilotEdge's capabilities of providing a platform to do some real world training, and to have it really affect your student pilot experience. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because this autopilot is crappy. What's up, Vince? Happy Friday. Whoa, it really got crappy. I did get a nice article about me. Yeah, I was in a couple magazines. Yeah, I was featured in AOPA magazine as a student pilot, so that was pretty cool. And I had an article written in the Aviation International News magazine with gigantic color pictures, which was really aggressive. Radio station license and make a flight to Mexico. I haven't looked into international stuff at all. I didn't actually know that you needed a radio station license in Mexico. Yeah, I don't know. It would be fun to go to Mexico. If I go to Mexico, it would be with, do you need it for Canada too? I don't think you need it for Canada. I don't remember that being... I did look into the Canada stuff while I was living up in Seattle, and I didn't see that anywhere. But if I do go to Mexico, I am going with Brad, and he's got all that crap. So, like, he goes to Mexico a couple times, or like once every other month or something, maybe more, once a month. So I wouldn't really even bother.
Number 4359 Yankee, SoCal departure, ready to contact. Climb and maintain 9,000.
Yeah, and that's like another thing is until I'm ready to do something, I don't really, I try not to think about it too much. Oh, you do need a radio license in Canada. Okay, interesting.
Number 4 Delta Foxtrot, contact John Wayne Tower 126.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. The runways and the fuel in Mexico are really bad, and it's just not there. There really isn't much more upside to go there versus the risk as there is to just go somewhere cool in the U.S. It's very risky. The fuel is stolen most of the time in Mexico, so you have no idea what kind of fuel you're going to get. So you better not go that far into Mexico and have enough fuel to get back. It's just kind of a mess. I don't know. I mean, at some point, it's cheap. Shocking, right? Jet A is really cheap. It's really cheap. Canada is weird. U.S. requires a radio station license for international ops, but Canada doesn't really require it, which means I know a bunch of pilots that do fly into Canada without one. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, Canada is obviously very far away from us, but it's not out of the question. That would be fun. That would be definitely a fun thing to check off the list. Without a doubt. But not in a rush to do. There are many
Welcome 446 to center maintain 1000.
The furthest away that from SoCal, I haven't left SoCal. Well, I guess I don't count San Luis Obispo as SoCal. So yeah, the furthest that I've flown so far is San Luis Obispo. We do have, and I just have to get this, like, we got to get it scheduled. Planning on going to the Grand Canyon. San Luis Obispo was 2.5, 5 hours. How long was that flight? I'm not going to tell you how much it cost, but it was 4.4. 4.4 was the total time there. So whatever your local rental rate is. Yeah, dude, Grand Canyon West. Oh my God, Grand Canyon West is so good. I cannot wait. Do any of those airports require landing fees for GA planes? No. The only place that has landing fees, other than we're not going to count Class Bravo stuff. So just like, well, non-Bravo. It's going to be Catalina at $30. And then Santa Monica has a $6 takeoff.
3037, Command 229, pop is level 12000.
Those are the only ones. Okay, so we're in cruise now. This is the Discord. I know that Nightbot has probably spammed that link a few times, but if you guys are new, if you're interested in this, if you're not in the Discord, it's a really amazing community, and you know, a lot of these questions are obviously prompted by the flight that we're doing here and just kind of how the conversation's going. But any of these questions can be answered by not only me, and probably least of all me, but we've got so many CFIs, CFIIs, MEIs, jet pilots, IFR pilots, air traffic controllers, both real and sim. And you know, we just would love for you guys to join if you are interested in this. We've got over 1,300 members right now, and God, it's just awesome. It's such a great community, and you know, thank you to everyone that helps make it such a great community. But yeah, so any of these questions, if you think of something after the fact, you know, after the stream, that's the place to go and ask.
Walker 380 descend via the Lucky 1.
Captain Darkgun, thank you very much, man, for hanging out tonight. The OG. He's speaking of Discord. Captain Darkgun is the one that did it, that got me to set it up.
No, I didn't do a thing, to be honest with you.
All right, Scotty, I'll take a look at it, man.
Seems to be slowly descending. I'm not sure what's going on with the sim. I'm on autopilot.
There's way better pilots than me, without a doubt.
25.
Yeah, I just set it. I just have it just running whatever it's going to do at my settings. And it hums along. You know, it's not anything crazy, but it's smooth enough and looks good enough. Looks great. Looks beautiful, I think.
No, 4359 Yankee SoCal approach, San Diego,
that's a
3014.
Yeah, that's a big old glitch. We're gonna just ignore those and hope they're not really that close to Bakersfield.
Pull up.
How about that? We'll get those. We'll get those obscured. KTR. KT, maybe. I'm really bad at those. But what's happening? Thank you for following. Julia, my wife, is really good at like reading handle, you know, usernames and just knowing like right away. I for some reason like overthink it or something.
Sky 4 Lima Echo, Los Angeles Center.
Sorry about that, Los Angeles Center, 4 Lima Echo.
Sky 4 Lima Echo. Are you traveling in company with two other aircraft? Because there's two people that seem to be flying very close to you and in the same direction.
Not that we are aware of, but we do have traffic at, it looks like 5 o'clock, a little bit above us, but we're not aware of any other company.
Okay. Number 4 Lima Echo, there's actually appears to be two aircraft. One can't be more than a half a mile right now at your 6 o'clock, and then about a half a mile behind them. But I'm not talking to either of them. They are vehicle.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, we've got one plane that looks like 6 o'clock high passing over us. We have them in sight, and then negative contact on that second target, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo. The second target is the same altitude, right at your 6 o'clock. So I'm not sure if maybe you want to turn either left or right, let them pass you. If you're not really with them, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, we're still negative contact on the same altitude traffic, but we will be looking out for that 4 Lima Echo.
Yeah, 4 Lima Echo. Yeah, he's behind you, although he may overpass you now because it seems like they're a little bit fast. So just letting you know. Looks like you guys are formation, but that's why I was questioning whether or not you were actually in company with them.
Yeah, I've got contact of traffic that's now ahead of me and above, but still negative contact on target number 2, 4 Lima Echo.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't see the second guy. Could be like a CSO.
Pull up. Pull up.
Yeah, so that guy's gone. Okay, I know who that guy is. But yeah, the joys of flight following, absolutely. That is true. Like we would have been surprised by those guys. So it looks like someone's off our left there. I thought I saw a little blanket.
Bonanza 4527 Tango SoCal, go ahead.
I read that there is a 2020 update coming this month that'll address those issues. Yeah, I've read that as well. Yeah.
Bonanza 4527 Tango Squawk 5521 ident, remain outside Bravo airspace until advised. The LA altimeter 3015.
Alright, so we're 25 out from Bakersfield. We'll keep those little spikes behind our compass there. Let's see. We'll let ForeFlight... Well, actually, take that back. I'll get the ATIS ready to go here. So it's 18.6. And let's pop on COM2.
Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Turn left heading 320, descend to maintain 5000.
Gravity's Daughter. That's a cool one. Welcome aboard Gravity's Daughter.
035 for Zulu. Winds calm. Visibility fine. Haze. Sky condition.
Bonanza 4527 Tango radar contact. Resume on navigation. I'll have a handle for clear so you get a little bit closer. And
arriving and departing runway 30 left. 30 right. ILS runway 30 right and RNUB runway 30 left approach and use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact.
Check
of
forward echo.
information.
The traffic at E6 appears to be now about 5 o'clock at a mile eastbound 6,300 via Flight Tigers on north.
Alright, we'll be looking out for that traffic. Sky 204 New Mexico.
Pulling back to additional traffic about 1 o'clock at a mile eastbound, but much higher than you now, 9,600. That was one of the other targets, appears to be moving in the same direction, just letting you know he's there.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that traffic as well, Skyhawk 204 New Mexico. And you said that was 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock, but he's about 2,000 feet higher than you now. Appears to be 9,700.
Alright, we got that traffic inside for New Mexico.
Thank you, sir. Walker 446, advised you, I imagine you have the field in sight right now, about at 10 o'clock at 9 miles.
Pretzels and a ginger ale. Dude, why is it? Why do we only have ginger ale on flights? I never get ginger ale when it's not on a flight. I love ginger ale, but it's like I only get it on a plane. Yeah, we're all about target water. Target water is, oh, it's the best.
Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
18.8 Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, see ya.
Again.
18.8. Unless I'm making Jack and Ginger, then I'll go to the store and get some ginger ale. Bakersfield approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 7,500. We have information Victor at Bakersfield.
Sky 204 Lima Echo, Bakersfield approach. Thanks for Victor, altimeter 3029er.
3029er, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Walker 446, contact Vegas Tower 118.75. Have a good night.
Well, yeah, for sure it calms it, but it's like, it's still good.
11875.
It's just like, doesn't come up? I don't know. Yeah, so the ATC is real. Those other pilots are real. Welcome to PilotEdge. This is why this is so awesome. That might be a drone right there. Why does ATC thank you for ATIS? Well, it just confirms that we know the winds, the altimeter, and any pertinent information on the ATIS, so he doesn't have to repeat it. So he knows that I picked up ATIS, so if it was, if there was a NOTAM that, the 30 left was closed or whatever, he knows that he doesn't have to
Baron 221 Alpha Bravo, passing through 4,000 for 8,000, request flight following to Bakersfield.
Baron 221 Alpha Bravo, set of our approach squawk 6175 ident.
I am flying 172.
Squawk 6175, Baron 221 Alpha Bravo.
So saying being responsible, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good to get that ahead of time. If you, and partially it's to anticipate what's going to happen with the winds. A lot of the time with a lot of the coastal airports, especially in SoCal, 99% of the time you know what the runways are going to be, but it's really, you know, airport, you know, runway closures, tower, you know, sometimes on the ATIS they'll say, you know, pattern work. There's just a lot of information that can be delivered over the ATIS that you'll need to know before landing, that unloading that from having the approach controller try to relay that information to you helps everybody. That, you know,
Baron 221 Alpha Bravo, ready to contact.
it's designed for that fact, to give you all that information without clogging up the frequency.
Bonanza 27 Tango, contact SoCal approach 134.9.
Last storm, MSP was updating their ATIS every 5 minutes.
Piper 590 Yankee, contact Los Angeles Center 128.6.
Special ATIS.
Center 128.6, number 43 from the Yankee.
Number 29 Apollo.
Gravity's Daughter, make sure to react to the rules page, and you will absolutely love that Discord, I hope.
Destination ATIS is 118.6.
SoCal approach Bonanza 4527 Tango is level 9,500 over Van Nuys.
Bonanza 4527 Tango, SoCal approach, cleared into the LA Bravo airspace via the Coliseum route. Maintain 9,500 while in the Bravo, the LA altimeter 3015.
Cleared into the Bravo Coliseum route, maintain 9,500, 3015.
Little Coliseum route, huh?
4527 Tango.
Walker 380, I'm sorry, say again. Walker 380, thanks for that. The San Diego altimeter 3014.
There's a bunch of little spikies around here.
The 4359 Yankee, LA Center, the San Diego altimeter 3014. Number 221 Alpha Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
135.5, 221 Alpha Bravo.
Comanche 90229 Apollo, Los Angeles Center, bullhead altimeter 3026.
What the hell was that?
SoCal departure, Walker 463, 1,800, climbing 3,000.
See that flat terrain?
Walker
That's super fun
SoCal
Carolina
departure,
flight.
good evening, climb maintain 6,000, radar contact.
6,000, Walker 463.
Walker 380, contact LA Center 128.6, see ya.
See what kind of I'm gonna do something a little extracurricular here just to see what kind of approaches we have.
Walker 380 LA Center,
we've got
altimeter
RNAVs, ILS for
3014.
30 right. Okay, so let's see what the ILS for 30
Walker
right is.
463, turn right direct Oceanside via 1, resume on navigation.
That.
Turn right direct Oceanside, no navigation, Walker 463.
Oh, 111, sorry. 111.9. 111.9, that goes in there. And that is a course of 3001. I'm gonna
221 Alpha Bravo,
request
Los Angeles Center.
30
The
just
Santa
because
Maria
we're gonna
altimeter
be
3020.
parked at Atlantic. Yeah, ForeFlight is integrated into the game via flight events, and ForeFlight thinks it's an actual flight, so it has no difference. The key difference between RNAV and ILS, RNAV is a GPS-based approach, and ILS is a ground-based approach. So the ILS is actually using. Look, I'm not an instrument-rated pilot, so I'm going to explain this in a very VFR pilot way. It's essentially like a VOR where you've got a radio signal coming from a ground-based navigational aid, but this one's directional and also includes a glide slope. So you have to have the correct equipment for both, but the ILS does not require GPS. So you know, an RNAV approach is a GPS based approach. Hopefully I explained that correctly.
Okay, fully medical, advise airport in sight.
Negative contact on the airport. We'll let you know when we have that draw distance in sight for Echo. Kind of hard to tell if that's the airport or not. Is that it there? This is like you don't necessarily.
Baron 1 Alpha Bravo, just out of curiosity, what
want to call it
altitude
insight when you don't
for
have it in
cruise?
sight, but I believe that is.
Baron 1 Alpha Bravo, an even number altitude would be IFR, and 8,000 even for east is no good either. So suggest 7,500 or 9,500. Needs to be odd plus 500.
Yeah, I do not see it.
Sounds good.
It's the middle patch of dirt. Yeah, I'm looking at over there. That's, I think, that's that little untowered airport. Yeah, I think it's right after. It's just like not drawing in, and I'm pretty close actually. Oh, I take that back. I'm 5 miles out, or 10 miles out. So that's okay, I guess. I don't know. We'll just keep descending this way, and we'll see it eventually.
Walker 463, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
128.1, Walker 463.
Yeah, I would turn them off, man. If I had a 3080, yeah, thanks for reminding me. If I had a 3060 Ti, I could see.
Bonanza 27 Tango, where you going
But
after the Bravo airspace?
I literally don't, only because I can't.
To Lima 90, 4527 Tango.
Number 27 Tango, do you want services outside the Bravo for flight following?
Negative, we'll go on our own. 27 Tango.
Thank you.
SoCal approach, Walker 463, 5,400, climbing 6.
Walker 463, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 3014.
3014, Walker 463.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, Bakersfield, about 11 o'clock at 7 miles.
We're still looking. We've got a little bit small draw distance here, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo. We'll let you know we have it in sight.
4,000.
B&H did early in the morning.
I'm sorry, there was an aircraft saying 2,000 for 4,000.
Who else had? There was like a 3080 drop on Amazon.
246 here, Charlie.
But yeah.
Just be careful.
So I have a Ryzen 9 3900X and a 1066. So it's a little bit lopsided.
Noted. Sorry for that.
That's okay. Cessna 4 Lima Echo, I apologize. What was the ending of your sentence?
Oh, no problem. I'm still looking for that for the airport. We've got a couple of possibilities, but the draw distance is not cooperating at the moment for Lima Echo.
Number 4 Lima Echo, understood.
I think it's out there. What's up, Max? I'm pretty sure that's...
Number 4 Lima Echo, if you could maintain VFR at or above 3,000, you're about to enter the lateral boundary of the Delta airspace. If you're unable to see it, I can suggest another heading to turn you back around and then come in from the north at a lower altitude.
Roger that. We can actually, if it's possible, we'll request the practice approach for the ILS 30 right, if that works. Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo sure does. Turn right heading 120. Descend and maintain 2,300.
Right 120 down to, what was the altitude for Lima Echo?
2,300.
2,300, right 120, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo.
Departure for Hawk 757.
Mr. Max, what's up, man?
Climbing 3,000 with you.
Happy little Friday. You are the freaking man.
Max,
that panel picture that you posted the other day. Oh my god, that was so good.
Sorry for that, I understood runway heading and then directed to PDZ, sorry.
No, it wouldn't be a heading in the
i7, GTX 1080, 16 gigabytes. The i7 is probably the only thing that I would, unfortunately, like that generation of Intel chips did not have a good time with running this thing. The 1080 is fine. The 16 gigs is probably fine. But but that CPU, I mean, I had an i5 before it upgraded, so I can't really speak to that exact chip, but
SoCal departure.
it's probably, it'll probably run it, but not super great.
Sky 757 Lima November, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
4,000 Lima.
Oh, right on, Havoc. Sweet, man. Okay, so I couldn't find the airport, so we're on a practice approach. I still can't really see it. So we're just gonna fly it. We're just gonna be on instruments here. This is not really how you'd fly the i5 or the Cat 5, but it'll do for now, I guess. That's really funny.
Cessna 4 Lima Echo, turn left heading 100.
Left 100, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo.
Number 7 Lima November, turn right, direct the ocean side VOR.
Right turn direct ocean side VOR 7 Lima November.
Bonanza 27 Tango, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
128.1, Bonanza 27 Tango.
I do not like hand flying
SoCal
IFR.
approach Bonanza 4527 Tango, 9,500 California.
So
Bonanza 4527 Tango, SoCal approach the John Wayne altimeter 3014. Walker 380, contact SoCal approach 124.35.
I still don't even see any lights. I kind of see it now, I think. But this will work too.
SoCal, hello, Walker 3 descending through 12.6 via the Lucky One.
Walker 380, SoCal approach. Good evening, San Diego altimeter 3014 at Lindy, cleared on F runway 27 approach.
At Lindy, cleared on F runway 27 approach, Walker 380.
Number 221 Alpha Bravo, contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
He's vectoring us to the initial approach fix.
Number 757 Lima November, say approach request at Oceanside. Sorry, Bob, Maxwell Memorial Airfield.
I would like to execute VOR approach, circling to land runway 06 with initial approach fix Oceanside VOR.
Number 7 Lima November, expect the VOR Alpha approach from Oceanside.
Expect VOR approach Oceanside, 7 Lima November.
We get turned here.
Number 4 Lima Echo, turn left heading 080.
Left 080, 4 Lima Echo.
Piper 590 Yankee, Imperial altimeter 3016.
There we go. Okay, getting a nice little vector here. Now we're going straight to Fasto.
Bakersfield approach, bearing 221 Alpha Bravo with you at 7,500.
Number 221 Alpha Bravo, Bakersfield approach, altimeter 3029er, ATIS Victor.
3029er, bearing 221 Alpha Bravo.
All right, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Talk about a little bit of drama before the giveaway.
Pull up. Pull up.
Trustory, welcome aboard. Thank you for following. Happy Little Friday. I am a real pilot, supposedly. Yes, I'm kidding. I am actually autopilot. Alright. Might be getting another little vector here in a minute. Apologize for the staticness of this view, but I am staring at these instruments. According to the FAA, I am a pilot, yeah.
Stack for Lima Echo, turn left heading 040.
Left 040, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo.
Bonanza 27 Tango, leaving Bravo airspace, radio service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Have a great flight. Take care.
According to the FAA, I can do
squawk
this.
VFR, thanks a lot. Take care. What's it? 27 Tango.
Alright, we should be coming up on our little friend, the localizer here. And we will have some airport action right in front of our face. Alright. What are we doing here? Okay, it's going to make
Sky
sure.
4 Lima Echo 5 from Jupex, turn left heading 330, maintain 2,300. Until established on a localizer, cleared practice, ILS runway 30 right approach, approved.
Alright, left 330 will maintain 2,300 until established. Clear ILS 30 right approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Sky 4 Lima Echo, maintain VFR at all times, no separation services provided.
Maintain VFR, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo. This is one way to
SoCal approach Walker 463 has information. Charlie requests the ILS 25 left approach from turned down.
Walker 463, for now expect vectors to final approach course, but you can expect the ILS 25 left.
Okay, we'll expect vectors for ILS 25 left, Walker 463.
No, 493 Romeo Mike.
Alright, so there's finally got the airport in sight. What's up, Max? Got the airport in sight. At least some of the blinking bits of it.
Sky 204 Lima Echo, contact Bakersfield Tower 18.1, take care now.
18.1, Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, thanks for the help. See ya!
See ya!
Set to the flight. Set maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 119.6, source spot 1704 for citation November 983 Charlie Alpha.
They're pretty good. I mean, this is not the rep pack, Max, but it's fine.
And the departure frequency 119.6.
It's a simple plane, and it works okay.
10,000 the altitude, via flight to the 10,000, 119.6 on departure frequency.
2 Charlie Alpha, back right.
Bakersfield Tower, good evening, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, practice approach ILS 30 right approach. We've got information, Victor, full stop.
204 Lima Echo, Bakersfield Tower, make 30 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 30 right, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Alright, we're almost on the localizer, so we'll maintain 2,300.
Hold on, November 150, so make sure it's 25.
Start making a turn there.
Number 5,
there is the localizer. We might bust through that.
Clear for takeoff, left turn out approved.
Left turn out, 25.
That looks good, actually. Alright. We are now lined up with the runway that we can finally now see. Good lord.
Number 32 Tango Whiskey, Palomar Tower, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 3 Tango Whiskey, 24.
And then we'll just hold. Well, crap. I was not paying attention to the altitude. We'll hold 2,300 until we are on the glide slope, which will come in probably, I don't know, another mile.
Denver ground citation November 983 Charlie Alpha. We are ready to taxi with the...
Okay, so we're cleared to land, so lights are coming on, mixture is in, fuel is good.
Citation to Charlie Alpha.
On the localizer, pretty solid there.
Los Angeles ground, Cessna
Just hold
739 Can I just check times?
300 until we hit that
simulator decided to kick me out. I had to reconnect.
November 9
coming in.
Tango, Roger, no worries. You can just put the squad code back in and let me know when you're ready for taxi.
It's coming in. I'm looking at this instrument right here.
The school code.
That's our guy right there.
So
now you can see that glide slope is coming in.
Do me a favor, just cycle through the numbers real quick. Set it to 1200, then back to the assigned squawk. It's not showing on my side.
Roger.
There's the outer marker. And
School King 6404 739 Delta Tango.
739 Delta Tango.
The glide slope right there. So I'm gonna pull the power back.
25 left via Alpha Foxtrot. 739 Delta Tango.
Come down.
3 Tango Whiskey, contact SoCal departure.
Start to trim it.
SoCal 3 Tango Whiskey.
And just ride this thing all the way down. This is where these sim planes are just way too slippery. Because I will have to pull out a ton of power to keep it on that glide slope. This is so awesome. Like, thank you guys for watching and chatting and everything, because this is super cool to be able to do this. I love it.
Liverpool Tower, hello. Walker 380, Emmett on the RNAV, Yankee, runway 27.
Walker 380, Lindbergh Tower. That's a new microphone. Runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27, clear to land. Walker 380.
Didn't do a really good job of briefing this plate, but our minimums are 968. So
2 mile final runway 30 right.
So we're 1,400 descending 7,000. Got a huge displaced threshold on this lovely airport. Glide slope is nice. We're a little tiny bit right of center. It's going to get more and more sensitive here. Okay.
Bakersfield Tower, Baron 221 Alpha Bravo. 6 miles to the southwest, request full stop landing. With
Captain Martinez, thank you very much for following. Welcome.
Alpha Bravo, Bakersfield Tower. Enter left downwind, runway 30 right, report midfield.
Left downwind, runway 30 right, Baron 221 Alpha Bravo.
Okay, we're looking
500.
good. Almost to, well, apparently 500 AGL. So we're almost there. 900 descending 700. To go. This is kind of spicy there. There are minimums. Looks good. Runway in sight, obviously. Continuing. Trimming like crazy.
Los Angeles Tower, Cessna 739 Delta Tango, ready to depart, runway 25 left.
739 Delta Tango, LA Tower, runway 25 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Cessna 739 Delta Tango.
Lindbergh Tower, good evening, citation. We're ready to showing off our runway 27, we are clear for airport departure.
Number 982, Charlie, hold short, runway 27, traffic half mile final.
Hold short, today.
Whoop, why are you going over there? Nice and slowish, smoothish. Not too bad.
Charlie Alpha, my 27
It's
landed
gigantic. Yeah, these displace thresholds are insane. It's like a whole nother friggin' runway. Bakersfield Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. We are cleared 30 right at Echo, parked at Atlanta, excuse me. Same thing.
November 4 Lima Echo, taxi you to the parking spots via Alpha, and you can remain on this frequency.
Parking via Alpha will stay with you, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. All right. There's the CAT 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Roughly.
Sky condition, clear. Temperature 18, dew point -1. Altimeter 3013.
That was fun, Colin. Colin with a request again.
Baron 221 Alpha Bravo, midfield, runway 30 right.
221 Alpha Bravo. Hello, sorry about that.
A little bit long, but not too bad. I mean, I think could have taken something a little bit faster, but this was good. This was good. This was a nice
Walker 380
nice
parking and
chat. You know, a lot of good topics covered on that.
380. Have a good night, bud. See ya.
Good night. Nice to meet you, Mike. Do you need to cross the runway?
No, we'll go to commuter ramp. We're fine. Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, trust story. This is or trust story, dude. See, I told you I'm really bad at those. True story.
You're outside Bravo airspace. Remain outside Bravo airspace. Connect SoCal departure. Good flight.
Yeah, this is PilotEdge, and this is 1-to-1, man. This is as close as you can get. All right, we're gonna go down to Alpha 3 and try to avoid these little taxiway lights here. Yeah, I'm just not good at that, man. I look at it, I think about it too much. Trustery? Like, why would you be called trustery? Oh, that's really stupid. But yeah, I used PilotEdge for my real-world training. Still using PilotEdge for my real-world training now that I'm working on instrument stuff now. But yeah, for a private, I mean, it's just awesome. It's 1-to-1. It's as realistic as you can get, and awesome. Yeah, I know. This whole sim, other than the little weird spiky things, is amazing looking. Okay, let's give away a month of PilotEdge. Now, this isn't just like one area. This is the full PilotEdge. This is the Western expansion, ZLA, the whole thing for a month. There are a couple of caveats to this giveaway. I guess really just one. Let me just say that there's one caveat. It is you've got to be 18. So it is 18 or over, and they will confirm that when you know, if you're new signing up for PilotEdge. It is unbelievable service, and again, if you do win and you feel like you either wouldn't use it at all, you know, if you don't have the sim yet or just don't want to try it, you know, feel free to well, if let me say it this way: if you feel like you wouldn't want a free month of PilotEdge, you can just not enter. that's the easy answer, I guess. So let's get this thing shut down. Let's get the lights coming off. Now, this is the first time that I've run a giveaway, so I'm really hoping that this works. Okay. turned off. Get there. Beautiful. Awesome. There you go. CAT 1 through 5, roughly. Little 172. Super great fun. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Thank you again for everybody that has watched tonight and hung out and joined the Discord. This is such a great community. We've got, I'll add you here, McStaggerfly, Gravity Daughter's in there as well. New to the Discord server. So okay, let's try this. I don't know how this is gonna go. We're gonna do this 2 other times in the coming weeks. So if you don't win, come back. There'll be 2 more chances. And if this also is a complete disaster, then we can try it again or try something else. I don't know. I'm really hoping that this works. Okay, so in order to win, again, you have to be 18 to use PilotEdge. Ideally, have a simulator, X-Plane, P3D, 2020. That's it. I mean, that's really the only stipulations I can think of. You got to know English as well, so hopefully that's you also. But it is exclamation point, and I'm gonna put I'm just gonna write it how you're supposed to. Just even if I enter, I don't think I can enter. Exclamation point 4LE for Lima Echo PE. So 4LE PE is just type exclamation point 4LE PE into chat there, and let's see if this will work. 4LE PE. Okay. God, I hope this works. Okay, there we go. All right, sweet. So we have all right. I'm going to give it just a minute here and see if we get any more people that have entered. So we've got 43 people entered so far. So we'll just let that go. Again, 4LE. I mean, if you haven't typed it in yet, you're probably either not going to enter or are not watching at this time. So we won't let it go for too long. I'm nervous. I'm excited for who gets it, obviously, but I'm very nervous if this is going to work. I want it to work so nicely. And well, if you already have PE, you can get a month. It's a free month, Joe. Yeah. So if you have PE, it's a free month. If you don't have it, and that's whoever gets it, I'm excited. If it's somebody that's new, it's super cool to get a month free trial, basically. Or somebody who already has it, you get a free month. So, but I agree, Joe. If I had to pick somebody, it would be great to have somebody that's kind of on the fence on it. Just because it essentially is, would act like a month trial, which I think would be really cool. So, okay, so we've got 44 eligible. Let's see how many, if we can eke out a couple more here. Your first 5 hours are free. It's a 2-week trial. It's 5 hours within 2 weeks is the trial. Okay. See, anybody else? Anybody else going to enter? We've got 44, so you have a 1 in 44 chance to win. Okay. Going once. Going twice. Newbies are cool. Absolutely. Newbies are absolutely cool, and you can use the Discord to help out. But yeah, newbies, whatever you're working with, Well, yeah. I mean, ideally you got to have a working knowledge of how the plane works and stuff. But yeah, like we'll help you out. We'll help you. I mean, you got a month. You have a month to use it as much as you want. So you got plenty of time to get up to speed. So okay, let's see. We're at 44. So 44 is good. I think we are ready to do it. Who's ready? Let's do it.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
All right, here we go. We are going to roll it in 3, 2. I'm so excited. 1. It is the winner. Is 777 Bob. Congratulations, Bob. And Bob has how's that rigged? Is that a rig? That's awesome. Bob has been following since October 2019, so that's cool too. Congratulations, Bob. That is really cool. So, Bob, whisper me your, I think on Discord too. Direct message me or Discord me your email address, and we'll take care of that with PilotEdge. So that's awesome, man. Congratulations. So we're gonna do this 2 other times. So we've got 2 more free month subscriptions to PilotEdge that we'll give away. So if you didn't win and you found that this stream was bearable to watch, I was in any way not completely repulsive to look at my face and listen to my voice fly these fake planes around, then you can also have another chance of winning a free month. So hopefully you had fun tonight. I had fun. That was actually really easy to do. I hadn't really been able to test it out because I can't win. So I was like trying to test it out with myself, but it didn't work. So I'm really happy that worked as easily as it did. So that is good to know moving forward. But yeah, awesome. Bob, congratulations for the win. And again, whisper or direct message me on... Is he even here? Is Bob... he had to have been here to win, but we'll get him his prize. Which channel in the Discord will you talk about group flights? Probably the Flight Sim General one is usually where we'll do that. And let's make it a point. Let's commit now, unless something crazy happens and I'm not able to stream. Let's have a group flight on Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, let's do a group flight. We'll pick some crazy cool place. We'll hop in the gravel monster cub thing and go have a group flight and have some fun. Does that sound good? If you guys are down to do that, I think that would be fun to do a proper just everybody load up someplace in Microsoft and have a blast. We'll do something fun. We'll do some bush flying, or we'll figure something out. I do like the idea of doing it on PilotEdge, but I know that limits who can do it. Yeah, it'll be in the evening. So yeah, if that sounds like something you guys want to do, then awesome. My voice is great. It grates on everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. At least you're honest. Somebody is at least honest. That's great. Okay, cool. So we'll do a group flight next week, which will be fun. Haven't done that in a while, but that'll be great. And then on Thursday, the plan will be to do another PilotEdge giveaway flight. and get some more people in on PilotEdge. So that means that 777 Bob will be out of the running on that. So you'll be 1 percentage point, or I guess in this case 2 percentage points closer to winning that, which is sweet. So awesome, dude! I'm super excited that worked as well as it did. That's really exciting. I like that. And thank you guys for participating. Obviously, that isn't nearly as exciting if nobody participates. That would have been sad, but a lot of you did, which is really cool. So that makes me very happy. Very honored to have so many of you and so many cool people follow me and watch these streams and stuff. It's really pretty special to do. Group flying on PE is one of my favorite things. It's so awesome to be able to manage a group flight with ATC and actually traffic and all that stuff. So if there's enough people that want to do that, we could also do a group flight on PilotEdge on Thursday, or also on Tuesday. But I think Tuesday is probably best, just to have an open online group flight on Microsoft, just to be as inclusive as possible if people don't have PilotEdge. So I think that would be fair. So let's see here. Right, I think that sounds good, right? Okay, let's do. We'll host him. Yeah, formation flying is a lot of fun. It's really cool. Great. God, thank you guys so much. Again, this was a lot of fun. Don't listen to Nightbot, but join the Discord if you haven't already. I think we're starting to reach, at least with the followers and the viewers that we're currently working with right now, we probably have Discord saturation, which is great. Let's see. So if we are on PE Network, can we use X-Plane too? Right? Yes. Yeah. If we do it on PilotEdge, we can have cross-platform group flight. If we stick, and that's something we can talk about in the Discord as well. We'll coordinate that and just see what is the best way to be as inclusive as possible, and also knowing that we can do this more than once as well. That's key. So thank you guys. Thank you, Bundy, River, Cultivator, Joe, Monster SD, Chris, Scotty, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Mr. Citation Max, thank you for gracing us with your presence. You are the best, and I love you. And yeah, cool. This was fun. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to show off PilotEdge a lot and got to give away a free month to somebody. So we'll hopefully do this again soon. So screw it. Thank you. Yeah, Bill H. You guys are all great. Again, thank you. I can't thank you enough for being as participative and interactive, inquisitive, all that stuff. It's really, really cool. So group flight will be fun next week. We'll have a lot of fun, and have a great rest of your week and weekend. We'll see you in the Discord. There is a tiny possibility I might jump on this weekend, but we'll be for sure Tuesday, Thursday, like always, next week. Say hi to KILR Gamer. He's flying GA. Ministries. He's on Microsoft. So yeah, I like GA webcam. Looks like he's in a Mooney. I think he's in the Mooney. So say hello to him, and have a great night, everybody. Have a good one. See ya.